Hey everyone, this is Ben. Hey, thank you for joining us on this episode of the Semper Gumbie channel. Well, we are in another epic location and I am so stoked to bring this video to all of you. But as you can see, some of you may know what those are up there and some of you may know, but we are in Wyoming.
In the heart of the Tetons, where the sky meets the land, the peaks rise like giants, reaching for the sun's hand. Each mountain whispers secrets, ancient and wise. In this grand theater, the world feels small, eyes wide. Oh, the Grand Tetons, how they hold the night. Their majesty speaks in a language of light under the starry dome, where the winds whisper low. In these mountains so grand, I find my soul's home.
We are here in Wyoming and check this out. We are at altitude again and look at the Grand Tetons. They're so amazing and we're going to spend a couple nights up here in the canyon camping. There was only like 3 spots available and I found this spot, and what more can you ask for? And so come along, join us as we spend a couple days here. All right, well, we are at camp and we are all set up, and whew, even though we're at 7,000 feet, it's still kind of warm. It's going to be in the 80s today, so I hate to see what it is down at, sea level. But we are at a dispersed camping spot and we are at the canyon, and I'll put the locations and everything in the description box below. But there were only like 3 campsites left, and I just took the first one I saw because I saw a couple people trying to come up to the canyon and I didn't want to lose my spot. So we are here in the camper and we're going to have some lunch today, and this is a American style pasta salad. It's got olives, cheese, chicken, some dressing, tomatoes, and I picked this up at Walmart for like $2.50. So we're gonna have that for lunch, some chips, just chill for a little bit, maybe edit a video and just kind of relax because it is only 11 a.m. We got to camp fairly early and I'm looking forward to this camp spot. So I'll see you in a little bit after I finish my... So the place we're in is a national forest, and there are signs that says be aware there's grizzlies in the area. So there is a probability of grizzly bears, coyotes, bighorn, and elk. So they recommend keeping your dogs or your animals on the leash. So I got Hoku inside here. She'll alert if she smells anything or something comes walking by. But we're in a camper, so we're good. I do have bear spray, and it holds 19 rounds. I don't know how much that would do against a grizzly bear, but you know, we'll see. But they always tell you to keep your food in a container in your vehicle and not in your camper, because they have been known to like go through screens and doors for food. So keep them in your vehicle, but you just got to stay alert and, you know, aware of your surroundings. So, and you know, Hoku, she'll start propping, her ears start propping up, and you can hear her start sniffing, and then she'll let out a little growl. So that's when I know either someone's approaching camp or something or an animal. All right. Well, I mentioned earlier we were like at 7,200 feet. I made a mistake. I apologize, but we're actually at 8,000 feet. And when I was setting up camp, I noticed I was having a little bit of breathing issues because the air's a little thinner. But you know, always at that, when you're anything above 7,000 feet, you want to hydrate. Stay hydrated. And you know, some people that don't even notice they're at elevation don't drink, but because the air is so dry, you don't want to get dehydrated. So I've been drinking some Gatorade in between my waters. And I noticed they were selling oxygen, canned oxygen, at one of the gas stations. And I was wondering, and I didn't think we were at that, you know, the Tetons are this high, but we did do a lot of climbing coming up the mountain. So always remember to stay hydrated. Pro tip. All right, everyone. You know, and we always talk about gear and what you need and what you don't need when you're starting overlanding or camping or being in the outdoors. And the budget is limitless. You know, when you do this kind of stuff, you can spend thousands and thousands of dollars, or you can save money and make stuff on your own and help cut the budget. But that is also depending on what kind of trip you're doing. If you're just doing a week long or a 3-day or a month or 2 months. But I ran into some folks from Virginia, Conrad, and I camped next to them last night, and I was looking at his setup, and I was impressed because he's doing a couple months tour across the US, and I met them here at the Grand Tetons. And his setup that he is I don't want to say minimalist, but he did everything on a budget. So we're gonna go check out his vehicle here, his Nissan, and the setup that he's got in the back. And I just want to show you guys that you can do the same thing that he's doing, that I'm doing, which everybody knows that's the world's most expensive dog kennel. But let's go check out Conrad's setup. All right, guys, I'm here at Conrad. How you doing?
Good. How's it going?
Good, man. And I was admiring your setup, how you got everything set up, and we just want to show folks that you can do this kind of stuff on a budget. And you know, it's not about spending thousands and thousands of dollars, you know.
No.
And how long have you been on this trip?
About 7.5 weeks, going on 8 now.
So 7.5 weeks. You and Max been doing it out of what you got here.
Yep. Started off, and we've been on the road and popping up quickly and try to make it as efficient as possible, but also as cheap as possible.
And they're avid mountain bikers, as you can see. You got, you know, the Specialized, and he's got the Trek. So all carbon fiber. If you guys know about the S-Works, and but let's go check out his system.
So basically, I just got a bunch of, you know, wood, plywood, and a little bit of nicer kind. This one is birch. And then went to Home Depot. Spend probably the whole setup. This whole box is probably a total of $180 to $200 that I spent on this.
Okay.
You know, the way I designed it was that I took. I actually found plans on YouTube as well to give me some ideas, and then modified them slightly. Just because even the boxes that I found were too expensive. So, you know, basically I've measured the dimensions of my truck bed. You can modify this to any truck that you have, you know, and just take the dimensions of it. And I didn't want to take up the whole bed because I wanted to put other gear next to it, my water, other things. And then what I did was I made a drawer that is not running on actual tracks in here on drawer hangers, because those things are expensive as anything.
Yes.
So I bought little ball bearings that are on the bottom of this that you can buy a whole bag of 30 of them. It's gonna be hard to see.
Yeah,
right
you
now,
just run them underneath.
Like, literally, you can find them on
Notch it.
Amazon. Yeah, and you can find them on Amazon. And there's little ball bearings. You can buy a bag of like 50 or something like that for $10.
Okay.
So then I basically just made 2 rows of them down here. You know, have 4 in this direction, 4 in that direction for the entire length of the drawer. I can pull this drawer out past the bikes. I can't show that right now, but I can pull it out pretty dang far.
And you can even set a piece of wood and use it as a camp kitchen if you bring it up.
Oh, absolutely.
Too, as well.
I mean,
yeah.
you can do a whole lot more to this. You know, this is just what works for us.
Yeah.
And I just have 3 gearboxes in here, and then it's pretty easy. I mean, the way I've stored everything is what fits me.
Right.
You know, but then I've got 1 gearbox already out. There's a second gearbox.
There's like your shower
There's a
systems
third.
and stuff.
Yeah, my shower system is in here.
Wow, it goes pretty deep in there.
And, oh yeah, I can't even reach the end
Yeah.
of it. And then I've got my shower stall if I
annex,
need
yeah.
it, and then I've got some other stuff back here.
Cool.
First aid kit and all that.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with this kind of stuff. Space is, you got to utilize every space available, especially when you're building out something. And
especially with these Nissans that I don't know how it is on other trucks, but they're really kind of short bed.
Yeah.
Because they don't come with a long bed. It's a great truck, but it's just what it is.
Now, you want to know something? I've got a very expensive deck system on my Ram, and you got more storage in this thing you built than I do in my my deck system.
Yes.
So
So the nice thing about it is too that I made the drawer so it just rests at the end of the tailgate.
So support.
Yep, that's support
Yeah.
here, and made it exactly the same height. And then I can pull this thing over top, and that's just set up with 2 drawer hinges. There's 2 drawer hinges right here, or door hinges that I bought, and they're super cheap at Home Depot. And this is solid. I can step on this thing, and then you hit another sleeping mat on top of this. And then here on the side, I put a little storage compartment that I cut at an angle, basically, so that it wouldn't fall through. And here I have all kinds of stuff in here.
See, a lot of people that build bed platforms and stuff, you lose all that storage on the side over the wheel well.
Yeah, correct.
So, having access to it is a really big. You can store so much stuff.
Oh, a ton. Yeah, a ton of stuff in there. I mean, axe, my bike pump, extra
Yeah.
tent stuff, tarps, all kinds of stuff you can kind of squeeze in there. So.
Okay.
And then I
Now,
have a tonneau cover on top of it.
Right,
Lock
to
it
keep-
all up when we go.
keep it secured. Yeah.
Exactly. So when we go into a city somewhere, you can lock the whole thing up and it's secure.
So your water, we were talking about 5 gallons,
Yeah,
right?
20
22 liters, $20 on Amazon or whatever.
Yep.
But do you guys fill like every other day or something? Or?
Yeah, every other day, and then with the life straw system that I have too, we
Just
can
do it from the
go
river?
out of any river.
Right.
This is super easy to do, and
Cool.
that's cheap.
Yes. Cool.
So that's pretty easy to do. And then the rack system, I mean, I had built this up originally for boating,
Yeah,
It
for
is-
kayaks.
for kayaks,
Yeah.
and for boats and canoes.
Yeah,
so-
it works. I mean,
Yeah, oh, totally.
and that's the thing with this. A lot of modifications, a lot of things to fit your needs, and you got a Nature Nest
Yeah.
tent,
And
and
this tent from Amazon.
Yeah.
It cost me $1,100.
the shipping is what costs.
The shipping is $300.
Yeah.
In like fancy wooden boxes. So.
Then he has a cargo carrier where he can store all his sleeping gear. And the cool thing is he can just open it from inside the tent on that side. I believe there's a window, and you can just grab it and set it up in there. So
That's exactly right. So in the morning, because we want to be quick, so I just open the window on the side of the tent.
Yeah.
We throw all our sleeping gear into it, close the box, and then we're on our way.
Okay.
Just popping this thing up.
Yeah.
It's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Right.
I mean, it's really nothing. I took the rain fly off, last night.
I know a lot of people that do have stuff up their cargo boxes where they can access from the inside, so they don't have to come down.
Yeah, exactly.
Then he's got an all-top 8-foot square awning that comes out.
Yep.
That's good there. You always want to have some kind of shade.
Yeah. When I went to Zion, that was really, really helpful.
And it looked like he's got some rhino racks on the top.
Rhino racks on the top. I
The arrow
modified
bars.
those. They don't make these anymore, the long
Yeah.
bars. So I found those cheap. Marketplace, your best friend. I mean, $90 for
Yeah.
the whole setup. I had these extras because I had these laying around at home from another rack system. So I just found these. The guy was blowing them out at $90. And then all I did was take my multi-tool, because the width of it wouldn't fit otherwise, because the metal under here goes out further than what the bars,
Right.
than the roof. So I had to cut the bottom of this in order to make the
Yeah,
actual
like I said,
legs all the way in.
modification, yeah.
But again, this is all
You gotta
possible.
do,
It's
yeah.
easy to do. I mean, all that's pretty easy stuff.
Yeah, and looked like he's got a Yakima
Yeah.
A Yakima rack.
Yep, Yakima racks.
See, I do a lot of gear stuff, so I know what it looks like, and I did a lot of cycling. So
the rack's a little heavy, but
yeah,
it's so easy to get the bikes on and off.
Right.
And you can tilt it like this, so I can access everything without having to take the bikes off. Because one thing for us is to ease. You know,
right.
I don't want to have to set up 5 million things.
Oh yeah, there's people that have a whole house full of stuff out, and I like just like how I close everything up. I'm ready to go. So.
Yep. Yeah, this won't take us long at all to actually break everything.
Gang, there you go. On a budget, you know. They're doing this trip with a limited, I'm saying limited, but minimalist, but the things that you need when you go, just the basics, and they're making it. So I want to thank Conrad and Max for being a good neighbor. Hope I wasn't too loud for you guys.
No, not at all, man. That's great.
And we are in bear country, so that's why you guys see the bear boxes. I saw some wildlife yesterday. I saw a bunch of bison and stuff. So we're going to go head out, explore the Tetons, go to another site. So like I said, you know, you can do this stuff on a budget and still make your adventure. So that's the most important thing, is going out, exploring, sharing it with people, and making memories. So
in the heart of the Tetons, where the sky meets the land, the peaks rise like giants, reaching for the sun's hand. Each mountain whispers secrets, ancient and wise. In this grand theater, the world feels small, eyes wide. Oh, the Grand Tetons, how they hold the night. Their majesty speaks in a language of light, under the starry dome, where the winds whisper low. In these mountains so grand, I find my soul's home. Dusk, the shadows lengthen, the colors grow deep. The mountains stand watch as the world slips into sleep. I lay beneath the stars in this silent, serene space.